Hey, how's it going? Today I'm going to be talking about a book that I have read some time ago. It might be worth revisiting. I have read this particular book perhaps more than once. Uh, we currently on the topic of finance, and this book is Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is personal finance and self-help book written by Robert T. Kiyosaki. It was first published in 1997, and I personally believe it's over 1 million copies sold, even might be perhaps might be even more worldwide. The book itself, it's a very good book overall, and has since become one of the best-selling personal finance books of all time. I would say it can be slightly higher level in terms of if I had to give a score, how for anyone who is starting. I have recommended the book already. That's where most of the people should start and begin with, and from there, it's more of the advanced level. This particular book is more on the advanced level. If you would feel like you understand everything, great, amazing. Since that's the objective, right? So the people who are reading this book, they need to understand what this book is about. If you do not understand something, there are more simplified books up there. Richest Man in Babylon is would be a very simple book. This is more on an advanced level, and from there, there's even more and more complicated books, right? The book is written in the form of memoir and offers financial education throughout the author's experience with two father figures. His biological father refers to as a poor dad, and the father of his best friend refers to as a rich dad. So overall concepts and two comparisons, right? So it would be easy to a reader to understand what the book is about. So it's very simple, right? So it would hopefully at least with the intention to make the book very simple and easy to understand. Let's take a look at some of the key concepts within the book, and overall, if anything, perhaps as I have mentioned to you, most of the people out there before, it's dictionary, and what is dictionary with regards to finances and understanding, right? Assets, difference between assets and liabilities. Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of understanding the differences between assets and liabilities. He argues that the wealthy focuses on acquiring income generating assets. Myself, I would focus on systems, and perhaps within this channel, I'm going to be sharing different ways how you can build the systems or purchase assets. So it's perhaps slight difference in understanding it there, while others accumulate liabilities that drain their wealth. So overall, some of the people would, for example, if I have to give an example, that we purchase a car, the car itself would cost the maintenance and how many cars people can own, perhaps, and what kind of problem a car would it solve itself. If you are moving from point A to point B, do you really need six cars and upkeep and all the maintenance costs that might come with it, which is liability instead of having a system that would generate income every month. So that's overall difference between a liability and an asset. Point number two is the rat race. The book introduced the concept of the rat race, where people work on a paycheck, pay taxes, and often struggle financially. Kiyosaki encourages reader to strive to achieve financial independence and escape this cycle. Overall, if anything, my own takeaways would be rat race or perhaps exchanging your time for money. So instead of focusing on that, perhaps if I would like to bring your attention to different ways instead of exchanging your time for money, perhaps exchange your time in building something that will last and potentially generate you income. Financial education, which is very important. None of that has been taught in school. I personally believe I have followed some of this author's work, and he himself brought this attention, where nobody teaches financial education in school, which I personally believe should be very important. They might teach you different things, right? But not necessarily financial education, where people need to bring the attention to, perhaps on their own pace, right? So, if anything, within this channel, as well as some of the courses that I have released already, as well as books that I'm publishing. I've published a number of books already. Within, yeah, I personally believe within all the books, um, sharing a lot of information, even with fitness books. I'm sharing a lot of information of how to improve your finances as well as financial situation and potentially generate money from something that you enjoy doing. Kiyosaki argues that traditional education does not provide adequate financial education. He encourages readers to educate themselves about money, investing, and financial literacy. I completely agree with him. Yes, so more people need to learn that. So they need to improve as well as perhaps some of the decision making when it comes to finances and what where you should allocate your income and what's important and what's not really important out there. Entrepreneurship. Uh, Definition for that is taking on financial risk in order to start a business. So that's the definition for the word. The book promotes the idea of entrepreneurship and starting your own business as a way to achieve financial independence and build wealth. So there's some risk involved. So there's some risk, it's just so everyone should be aware of it. If anything, you should perhaps invest into yourself, improve your overall understanding, and from there progress perhaps into entrepreneurship. I hope everyone should try it and do it, but perhaps not for everyone. I hope for everyone to do it, but I don't know if it's for everyone. Next point would be importance of passive income. If there is a thing as a passive income, I hope there is, but most of the time it would require some of your attention, right? To say the least. Kiyosaki emphasizes the value of passive income, which is income generated without actively working for it. So this is how he defines it. He believes that creating multiple streams of passive income is the key to financial success. Uh, so system can look like you hire someone to manage number of properties or real estate. So you hire a person, and that person, within his responsibilities, to manage those properties. So according to him, that's passive. So that might require some of your attention, which might be kind of so. But it's the same thing, right? So it's just definition. Next point would be taking risk. Kiyosaki advocates for taking calculated risks and not being afraid to invest in assets that have the potential for high returns. So overall, calculated, if anything, begin with education, and from there, once you improve your education and you uh, begin doing anything, whatever you might be doing, do not lose your money, right? Do not lose your money and never lose your money, right? So that and taking risks. And the last point would be overall your mindset. So if anything, you should start with mindset, progress into idea, progress into taking action, building routines, building habits, building systems, and maintaining those systems that will last, right? But overall, where you should begin, author within this book focuses on your mindset. The book also highlights the importance of having the right mindset when it comes to money. Kiyosaki suggests that positive attitude towards wealth and financial success can make significant differences. For people out there who are interested in starting their own first business, I have published a book. In this book, I'm focusing on the idea of where to begin, where to start. If you do like to start a business, in this book, I'm focusing on livestock enterprise and how to achieve first milestone. That would be from 0 to 10,000, and where to begin, what you need to know, where to go. I'm taking a lot of examples of looking at the industry of other people up there and how they did it. So potentially that could be a way of you achieving same results by looking in the people who already did it. That potentially can offer you taking less risk since other people already did it and they're sharing expertise within the industry of how they achieve that. So that's one way to look at it, and you can find all this information in the description below, as well as top retailers has it. Let's take a look at some of the critics of the Kawasaki's book and what they advocate. They believe that oversimplified some of those examples are within the book that he is sharing as the too simplified and not universally applicable. It's a very simple book, so it's very easy to understand. And some people would say it's not easy to pick up some of those examples. They also note that his story is anecdotal and may not be entirely accurate. However, Rich Dad Poor Dad has a significant impact on the personal finance and self-help genre as and has inspired many people to take control of their financial future and seek financial education. Myself included, I have read it a number of times, perhaps worth reading one more time. But if anything, I wouldn't be recommending this book if I wouldn't believe that it can bring a lot of value to people who are reading this book. Uh, if anything, make your own choices what you would like to do once you have read this book. Try it and see what works, what doesn't work. If anything, I can only encourage people to do certain things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.